So I want to go through the top 10 mistakes that owners make when they manage their own property. And it's not uncommon for me to see some owners make 2 or 3 of these mistakes all at one time. And by the way, none of them have priority over the other. Any one of these mistakes can be catastrophic. So let's talk about mistake number one. Mistake number one is owners put their owner of record as their own personal address. So just because you live in Washington State doesn't necessarily mean some hostile tenant's not going to find you. In fact, that did happen. I had an investor who had his personal residence in Washington listed on assessor records, and that naughty tenant had a brother that chased him down. And it was so bad that that investor had a nervous breakdown. So it's a real simple solution. What you can do is you can go to your nearest UPS store, get a box. It's about $15 to $25 per month, and all your important information will go to that box, and tenants can't find you. Another mistake owners make is they wait until the property is in pristine condition before they advertise it. There's absolutely no benefit to hiding your property. A lot of people are trying to get in specific neighborhoods or looking for a specific type of property, and you hiding it and waiting on a refrigerator to come in is the worst thing you could do. It has happened. I've had an investor that waited for 3 months to advertise his property because he wanted some stainless steel refrigerator. So don't make that mistake. Don't wait until your property's in this pristine condition before you start advertising it. You're just wasting money. My other favorite mistake that owners make is they advertise a property way over market thinking that they're going to get a better tenant. In fact, it's such a common mistake. I have a whole video on that subject alone. So just because your property is going to be marketed above a reasonable amount doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get a better tenant. There is no correlation between high rent and good tenants. Another real frequent mistake is owners put earrings on a pig. They try to make their property fancy. They put in can lights and granite countertops thinking they're going to get more rent for that. No. Tenants are going to be looking for square footage, number of bedrooms, and area, pretty much in that order. They're not going to be looking for can lights. So when you get a property and you're rehabbing it, keep to the basics. You don't need to put earrings on a pig. I find that a lot of owners that own property and they live out of state often neglect urgent maintenance items. And the two type that can really blow up on you are HVAC and plumbing. In Vegas, temperatures here get in 115 degrees, and when that HVAC fails, you got to get on that thing because it's actually illegal to not deal with an HVAC issue in the summertime. The second thing is your plumbing issues need to be addressed right away. If you don't get on a plumbing issue right away, then you could have mold buildup, and if you do get mold buildup, those professional rent dodgers are going to party with you. So big mistake a lot of owners make is they don't get on top of those maintenance issues. A surprising number of owners with high net worth assets don't put their properties into a trust or an LLC. If you have at least one rental property, you should put that into a trust, at least. There's a couple of benefits to you. The number one benefit is you lower your risk of getting a lawsuit. And the second benefit is that if something were to happen to you suddenly, then that asset can be transferred to a family member in an easy and seamless way. We have countless stories of where owners did not take care of the property, did not put the property in a trust, and it languished for years and ends up being bulldozed down to the ground. So don't make that mistake. Take the time and effort to get your properties into a trust or an LLC. Tenant screening is really an art. It is not something to be left to amateurs. Our proprietary systems eliminate professional rent dodgers, and I haven't met an investor yet that knows how to do it correctly. There is nothing more unpleasant than evicting a family member or a friend. It happens all the time. A lot of investors make the mistake of putting someone they know in one of the rental units, and it's a quick way to destroy a relationship. And probably every 6 months, we end up tossing some friend or family member from a rental property. Don't make that mistake. I just love hearing all those country western songs that owners call me about. And those country western songs about the dog died and the pickup truck broke down and the wife ran off with a brother. I get them all the time. And a surprising number of owners listen to those stories and they get bamboozled by them and aren't able to collect rent for a long time. It's a real common mistake. Occasionally we get the investor who is so fed up and tired of dealing with their tenant, they just sell the property. That's the easiest way for them to get rid of the problem. And sadly, they usually lose a lot of money doing that as well. And so owners who don't want to deal with troubled tenants should give us a call. We'll take care of them.